Sammy. Yo, Sammy. Sammy.
Hey Jack,
He exists.
and you're early again.
That
Awesome.
happens. So what's that picture in what house is that?
This is the house I'm moving out of right now. This is not the
Ah,
one that you have visited. This is across
yep,
the street,
yep.
and I'm packing it up because I'm trying to get ready for renters to come in next week.
All right.
Anyway, so you get a little tour here. I used to be in this room right here, but it's all packed up right now with a bathroom and a walk-in closet over there. And this is the hallway, and this is the utility room. And this is what I was using as an office, which is now packed up. This is the second bedroom. And then this is another bathroom. And this is the hallway with all the boxes that are going to get put into the garage across the street. This is the third bedroom. And then this is the open space. That's where I had my big speakers, the big sound room that's
Yep.
connected to the kitchen. And
Mm.
then this is a great place where I had my big speakers and a sofa right there. And I was listening to big music on big speakers. So we've done a lot of
Where,
packing.
where's that 20-foot television?
Which?
You used to have a monster TV.
That was not. That was what, 70, maybe 72 inch? That's in the
Yeah,
other
it
house.
was big. Yeah.
That was in the
It's
other
in.
house.
Okay. So are
Yeah.
there renters there?
No, they're coming in next week. So I got to get all this stuff out. See, I still have to pack the pantry. I still got to pack the kitchen. There's still a bunch of boxes that I still have to, use to do all the packing. Because anyway, I'm in the packing mode right now. So, by the way, I have a hard cutoff at 9 today.
All right.
So I can only be here for an hour.
Yeah, I
But
saw
Well,
that.
same
yeah,
I'll be
here.
around. If
yeah.
anyone else I could stay a while.
Cool. The recording will stay going. I just have to go to, well, actually, no, I have to use Zoom for a different purpose. So I think the session will have to end, unfortunately, at 9
Oh, okay,
o'clock.
whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so this is a screwy weekend, and I will be possibly a little bit distracted since I'm going to try and pack. Hang on, I got a call coming in. Hang on one second.
Yep. Hi, Jack.
Yo.
Yo, you might be interested in this. I was listening to a podcast or YouTube, and Charlie Moore was talking, the inventor of Forth, and
Yes.
he was saying with Windows 11 and an update to Windows 10, his Forth no longer works, and he can't figure out why. So he's getting to the point where he just can't continue maintaining
So when was this podcast made?
Very recently, this month. It's
So
probably
he's still alive.
still here. Yep. He's been maintaining fourth all these years. And this is his color fourth implementation we talked
Yes,
about.
that's been around for quite a while.
Right. So Windows 11 or some security update probably killed it. He mentioned it was like a bit blit or the equivalent that no longer works. Hmm.
No shit.
Yeah, right. What do you expect? So, yeah, where is long-term software viability? AI is going to take over it all now. Yeah, right. People will
I'm
still use
I I'm
it.
surprised he's still alive.
Yeah.
His wife passed many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his son is doing.
But Fourth inspired me a lot. I did work with it with music. Um, yeah, I wrote my own um, music sequencing with MIDI in Fourth.
Yep, people did that.
Hmm. Yeah, and it made a lot of sense in my brain. It's like you build something, and if it works, you don't have to think about it again. You build on it. And there is some object-oriented part of it. If you use like builds and does, you can do.
Yep, that builds does thing, or it became create does,
Hmm.
is so enormously powerful.
Hmm. Yeah, I got into vocabularies for a while. Like I did a whole drum machine with vocabulary for different drum sounds.
Vocabularies always baffled me. I mean I knew what they were about, but I never actually ended up using them.
Hmm. Yeah, I see it as like information hiding. You can, yeah, it's like a namespace, I think.
It is. It's a namespace for a different dictionary. Yep.
Hmm. And I'm amazed how compact it is, what it could run on. And how you could go right down to machine code if you need to. I did that on the Apple II. Yeah.
Okay, so FYI, I'm back. The other call is done, but I'm listening to you guys.
Hmm.
We're
Yeah. Hi, Sam.
babbling about fourth.
About fourth? Yes, I remember. That's something, yes, I remember you talking about.
Yep.
Well, I wrote all of my original expert systems in fourth and uh, did a program for the Air Force that controlled an autoclave and allowed the A-10 Warthog to go back in service just in time for Gulf One. All
Wow.
that was done in fourth.
Wow.
That Warthog is still in service.
Oh, it's still in service. It was taken out of service in '88 because bird impact on the leading edge of the wing would cause so the Warthog had what's called a wet wing. From the main spar to the rear spar was a gas tank. And if a bird slammed into the leading edge of the fiberglass wing leading edge and punctured it, it would puncture the main spar. And then the gas would start getting sucked out and blow up the engine that was right over the top of the wing. And so they grounded all of them. They did not, could not figure out how to cure the new leading edge that was fiberglass on the outside, and it was layers of carbon fiber on the inside that were designed to make it stiff on the upper side and not stiff on the lower side, which meant that it would throw the bird off under the wing, and that was how they, but they couldn't cure it. So when they found out that were curing polymers better than anybody else had ever done in an autoclave, they sent us a foot wide wing panel. Foot it was it was about a foot wide, a leading edge, and we put it in our autoclave and cured it and sent it back. And they blasted a recently deceased chicken into it, and it survived.
Oh,
So that allowed them to unground. And so they took a version of my program and put it in the autoclave at McClellan, and cured all the leading edges and put them all back in service.
oh.
I'll make sure I file that away under the proper topic so I can retrieve that in the future till I need it.
How do you file it away?
Do you use Workflowy for that, Sam?
Absolutely. That's my PKMS.
There you go. Yep. I
So
did something.
do you have something, Sam, that maps your meeting analytics to workflow?
Sorry, what was that, Jack?
Do you have a program that maps your meeting analytics document to workflow?
No, I'll just, if I need it, I'll just toss it into AI right now.
Oh,
But each Workflowy node has a URL, so you theoretically could create a graph to find topics in Workflowy.
Well, Workflow
Yeah.
right now does have an LLM that you can actually query.
Interesting.
what doesn't have an LLM? Did you see this teddy bear that somebody tried to put on the market and testers turned it on, and it was talking about knives and sex and all kinds of weird shit, and to take it off the market?
Is it made by Microsoft?
I don't. I suspect, being a teddy bear, it probably came from China.
Yeah. AI is dangerous for young kids.
AI is dangerous for stupid people.
Yep.
I really like this new trend of schools taking cell phones away from kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
When I was teaching a course in Java programming to my kids' high school, um, there were cell phones in the room, and I told them kids to turn their cell phones off. And one of the teachers said, "No, some of them have sick grandmothers, and they need to be able to talk to them." And I said, "Well, let them leave it on, but the rest of them turn it off."
I was listening to a podcast where somebody in a school they banned the cell phones for the kids, and they said, "Oh, the principal's office can get any emergency messages," and they said that made such a big difference on the kids' learning, not being distracted
Yep,
constantly.
it changes the game. Yes.
Mhm.
Why did it take so long to figure that out?
Um, I think education went through a period of decline is with the introduction with technology companies trying to squeeze their products into education. And
Well, Apple and Microsoft were the big battlegrounds in the early days for
yep,
schools. And there was some benefit to having a desktop computer. There were no laptops in those days. Um, in a classroom where kids could do software engineering and experiments and things like that. But it kind of got out of hand. And but As a matter of fact, I think education is still in very much a decay.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
are seeds of a renaissance, but those seeds haven't sprouted yet.
Well, I have an opinion.
go for it.
See, I think in the long term, I kind of disagree. So in the short term, the problem is just like with calculators, if using calculators means that kids do not understand arithmetic, yes, obviously that is a bad thing. But if they truly do understand the mechanics of arithmetic, then using it as an accelerator to get to the next topic or the next level of topics, to me should be fine as long as you do some periodic checking to make sure they don't forget how to do arithmetic. So if they can do critical reasoning or research or note taking or evidence-based contradiction, or try and weigh the evidence and try and make a determination between point A and point B. That is something everybody should be able to learn before they ask AI to go, okay, now apply that to that trove of 28,000 emails. Okay. So I do think that there's a means to use AI as an accelerant once the person has actually understood and learned and grasped the fundamentals. That's my position. Over.
The problem is the fundamentals are getting lost. I heard a podcast from a teacher, and they're dealing with all kinds
Bingo.
of discipline problems, and they can't, the kids are being socially promoted, and they get to high school, and
Yeah,
he has to go back to
and
like
they're
third
worthless.
and fourth grade level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
May I say
remember.
something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something even worse. And I think your word there, Eric, triggered me. Teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Many of these teachers don't understand the technology nearly as well as the kids that they're teaching, right? Because they're not embedded in it, they're not immersed in it. And worse, many of them have a fear of it.
Oh,
So
yes.
I think when teachers have that attitude and those fears and that, let's say, aversion to new technology or new approaches, or just simply the fact that they haven't developed a curriculum around how they teach these subjects, either with or without the technology, then those teachers are part of the impediment. They're a block.
Yeah, I would say,
And in this model, teachers have to be enabled before they can effectively utilize technology or no technology for their students and for their teachings. So there's kind of a cart before the horse thing as well. And that has introduced a lot of chaos because teachers are pushing back because things are happening way too fast for their comfort. Some of them are clearly close to retirement. Are they going to put in the effort to invest themselves in some of these new technologies? So anyway, I do think teachers are potentially long-term part of the solution, but short-term part of the problem. Over.
I think it's more systemic than that. It's the education system that's evolved, and the discrepancies in incentives. Um, Teachers are under tremendous pressure, and they're being pushed in many different directions for questionable reasons. So that's what podcast I listened to recently from a teacher, two teachers talking about it. So I would just pray for the future that somehow humanity finds a way through all this.
Qualcomm in San Diego figured it out that the education system was not raising up people that could work in their high-tech company.
Mhm.
So they started something called High Tech High here in San Diego. And it was project-based learning, science, fundamentally STEM.
Yep.
And Bill Gates saw that and said, "No shit," and funded 10 more. So there's these little seeds of hope.
Yep. I'll tell you a little story. A project I did as a consultant was a remedial music theory class for incoming college freshmen, and it had to
Oh,
run online so they could do it in the summer before they came to the university. And
remedial music.
yeah, they signed up as music majors. They got into the university, but they couldn't read music.
Oh, oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote Java applets at the time that would teach them the fundamentals, how to read the notes, how the
Here's
intervals and everything.
C, here's middle D, here's
Yeah,
D.
well, it was a game. You had to click the mouse and
Right.
tell what
That's
the
cool.
note is. Yeah, and you right click, you pick sharp, flat, whatever on the staff. And this was all evolved from the Plato systems of the day and
Of
something
course.
called Guido, which was a really powerful ear training tool. And I recently looked at the code that I wrote. I did pitch detection using Fourier transform and
Oh boy.
statistics. Yeah, trying to see if the kid's singing in tune or not.
You
And,
you were way out there.
yeah, it
Yes.
was way out there because the professor didn't want to listen to students singing. They wanted the computer to say, "Oh, you're in tune. You're not in tune." So as a result, yeah, he did. I did the research, and now I took that code and fed it to Claude just to see what it would say about my code, and it said, "Oh,
And
it was interesting what came back because 20 years ago that was high tech, but now there's been so many advances in things like wavelets for detecting
it,
the
yep,
fundamental
yep.
frequencies." So yeah, that's what I'm playing with. Looking at my old code and seeing what AI says about it.
And 20 years ago, you were probably working with Java 3,
Yep.
and now we're at Java 22, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I was
And
using 1.4.1
it
back then.
went that's really old, yes.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I mean,
118.
I started with 1.1 when I went to work for a bank,
Yep.
um, and and then all at that time all UE was done in a very weak system, and so they finally came out with a new GUI platform,
Swing.
Swing,
Yep.
and and it was a big game changer because for the bank I had to build a GUI that showed three windows. One was the expert system doing its thinking, and one was the spreadsheet of some account, and then one was a user interface where you would say, I'm going to make a managerial decision and change the tax rate.
Hmm.
And then you watch the spreadsheet change and watch the inference engine run and all that shit. And that was really difficult in the old version.
Yeah, I use the AWT abstract windowing toolkit before Swing.
That
Yeah.
was AWT, right?
Yep.
And we just saw a brief image of somebody sitting in a car.
Hey, Kayla, welcome.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
Yeah, we were all geeking out. Welcome to the party.
Yeah,
On computers, huh?
Things I did 20 years ago.
Technology.
Yeah.
When
And
I
hey,
and
so
they had
Kayla, before we get too deep into this, I'm going to be partially involved, partially distracted, and I have a hard cutoff at 9. But I'm actually across the street right now, packing up the duck house, and so I'm participating, but not participating, quote unquote.
ooh, packing. That
Yeah,
sounds like lots of fun.
yeah, get all your ducks in a row.
Well, I have no more ducks in a row.
Aw, wow. When does
Okay, all
the
right, all right, all right. Here's a quick, brief tour. So I did this tour for Jack earlier. So let me reverse this. I'm in the kitchen area, okay? And I'm packing up first a bunch of Asian stuff from the pantry over there. And then I have to pack up all the kitchenware. And then the breakfast nook is already partially taken apart. And then this big room here was where I had my big speakers. And this is where I used to have my sofa to listen to my big speakers. But now the only thing really left here to deal with is the piano. And then,
Oh, you have a piano?
yes, right there. Yeah. That was my mom's piano, by
Nice.
the way. I paid thousands of dollars to have that shipped from Hawaii over here. Yeah.
Wow.
So then this is the first bedroom, which is mostly empty now. And then this is all the boxes that have to move into storage in the hallway and whatever. And then oh, that's the front entrance, by the way. And then there's the hall bathroom. And this is my office, which still has some of my stuff, but the cabinets and closet are already emptied. So I just have some electronics to pack right now. This is the second bedroom, connected to that
Connected to that
bathroom there.
bathroom there.
And
And
this
this
is the
is the
utility
utility
room.
room.
And this
And
is
this
the
is the
master
master
bedroom,
bedroom,
which
which
is
is
full of all this packing stuff and looks like chaos. And then this is the master bath, and the walk-in closet is over here. So that's what I've been doing pretty much the last 2, 3 days,
Is that
including
all
most of last night.
your shit?
No, no, no. A lot of it is Gail's. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Is she working?
She is sleeping because she worked until about 2 o'clock last night getting her stuff packed. And I was working last yesterday, and now I'm back trying to finish it today.
Oh, okay, okay. When does the new tenant move in?
Probably either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Whoa, you got a lot of work to do.
Well, they're going to do some of the work. So
Oh no, I mean
anyway,
like the packing. You got a lot of packing to
oh
do.
yes, the packing is a lot of work that I have to finish today. Yes, yes.
Yeah, but the good part is, that's all you got to do. So you should be able to get it done by. Oh shoot, it's Saturday. Okay, well, good luck.
So we need Star Trek transporters to beam it all over to the new place.
Hey, Eric, I lost mine. Can you send me yours?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh boy.
Yeah. Wow.
How have you been,
So what
Kayla?
are we
That's mine
talking
originally
about?
constructed, okay?
We
Oh, I
started
can't
with
even.
fourth. We started with fourth, and then we went to Java. So how you been, Kayla?
I've been okay.
Yeah.
My dad passed away. I'm saying this for Jack, in case you didn't know.
I
He
did know.
passed. Yeah. Well, he passed away on the 5th of November during a super full moon. Um, following day I had a rainbow, which was really nice. Because there was no rain, so I feel like that was my dad saying goodbye. You know, it's been hard. Like I was telling Sam, this is the first time I've actually like kind of don't have it together, it was very difficult to concentrate on work and on life and stuff. This is my first major death. I mean, my grandparents passed away, but they didn't really have that connection with me and my siblings, just like my sons have with their grandparents. And so I didn't have that, loving grandparent thing that you see on the movies. So, I mean, obviously their death was sad, but it wasn't as traumatic as, my dad's passing. So now we're going through the funeral stuff. We're almost done. I mean, all of this is so exhausting. Like
Yep.
it took 4 hours to do the whole funeral thing. That was crazy. The meeting and everything. Thankfully, my parents had already, paid for their plot. And I gained since I have a weird appreciation. And so we had like an extra $300, $500 to spend on the funeral. So I don't remember what we had it extra for. And then I've been gathering like pictures of my dad and crying every single day. And then I've had to put like the program together and all kinds of stuff together. And then the pictures. So yeah, it's been quite a process. However, now I think I've got a handle on everything. And the hilarious part is I was telling my sister, I said, I don't know why, but I'm just not as productive as I normally am. And she's all like, you know what? People shouldn't be as productive as you are. She's all like, she goes, you're too productive. You shouldn't be that productive. And I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. But that's just unfortunately how I am right now. And I'm trying to fix that about me. But anyways, enough about me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It's a day by day thing.
What did you say?
I said it's a day by day thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this whole grief thing. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only time that I actually did not have my shit together was when I was going through, you know, really bad relationships. You know, abusive relationships. And that was the only other time I didn't have my shit together. So this one is, I feel like it's a lot healthier and a lot normal than the crazy abusive relationships that kind of tore my mind apart.
But would you be who you are today if you hadn't been through that?
Definitely not. You know, I don't wish that upon anybody. I don't think I'd ever want to do it again. But yeah, I mean, it definitely shapes who I am.
Yep.
But at the same time, there's a lot of things, yeah, that shape who you are. Your emotional maturity comes from when you're born and how you're raised, and that has a consequence on your relationships, which have a consequence on your life choices. And I don't think I've all figured out, but I feel like I have a really good handle on it now.
Yeah. I've had to learn a lot the hard way too.
Yeah, right? Sometimes that's how people learn. It sucks, but it's true. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put my AirPods on. Hopefully it works.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Testing.
Yep, we hear you.
Works fine.
Yay! Woohoo!
Apple hears you. The people in China hear you.
You know, you never get enough time with the people that you love. You really don't.
Yeah.
So I'm at this cool place to a perspective. It's kind of nice. Like I feel like I'm kind of feeling a need to reset and consider what is really important.
Yep.
Like really, what's really important.
Yeah. How are the kids handling it?
You know, they're handling it pretty well. Max is emotionally mature, so I don't emotionally mature enough. I mean, he's a regular teenager, yeah, and he goes through what he goes through. But that's what's to be expected, and it's everything that he's going through is healthy. But it's been really nice to see him just take ownership of his feelings and bond with my mom and my siblings. I mean, he was there every single day of our 9-day prayer. Well, almost every single day. And it was nice. It was nice to see him sit next to me, hear all of our stories about my dad, about our childhood. And then, it was to a point where he would hug my mom for a very long time. And one time, my mom was all, "Are you okay?" Because, like, he was just being extremely loving. So it's really nice. Now, my older one, he is like, doesn't know what to make of everything. You could tell he was a little uncomfortable when he came for one of the prayers. I mean, he lives in Long Beach, so he couldn't be there every day. Um, and so the whole thing, I think, was making him uncomfortable. And it's probably because he doesn't know what to expect, number one, and number two, he was very, very close to my dad. He wants to, in fact, during his college applications, or writing his college applications, he said that he definitely wants to focus on referencing how big of an impact that my dad made in his life.
Yep.
His grandpa. So, very healthy. I'm really happy that the kids are healthy.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Sure.
That's a really good story.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories, man. It's been nice. It's been nice hearing all of the stories. The hard part of the pictures. We didn't get too many pictures of my dad, because he was always behind the scenes. He was the one who was taking pictures, but when we did see the pictures, we always saw that he was really happy. He was always drunk. I was like telling my sister, I'm all like, I feel like every picture of dad, like a lot of it, he was like pretty drunk. He had beer in his hand, really happy. At least he was a happy drunk. But I miss him.
So on that vein, what's happening today?
Huh?
On that front, what's happening today?
Oh, I'm actually heading to Long Beach because Max is filming again.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna go home and put the slideshow together. Well, actually, I'm gonna try to put the slideshow together while Max is filming, and then I have to write you know, my speech.
Speech for what?
The funeral.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My son's like, "Don't make it too long." He definitely knows me. Uh,
Don't worry about the length. You only got one opportunity to do this.
huh?
Don't worry about how long it is. This is the only time you get to do it.
Oh, totally.
And you may find that the words will just pour out once you begin writing. It'll just write
Oh,
itself.
yeah, for sure.
Kayla is a professional writer.
Hmm.
That
Probably better than
was,
ChatGPT.
yeah,
I
actually.
think you are.
Actually, so I don't know if I told you guys this, but I started writing every day, probably mid-October.
Good.
Number one, just to get going on writing again, for creative writing.
Sure.
And number two, because I still wanted to write a memoir. And I stopped. I stopped for probably about 10 days because it was so hard, and then when I went back to writing again, I couldn't stop crying again. Um, but it's coming back to me.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
One person who recently died, her name is Rebecca Heineman, and she's um, was the first Atari Space Invaders champion, the first video game contest winner when she's transgender, so she was a 17-year-old man at the time she won, but she started a career in video games from that point and had a significant impact on the video game industry. And in her later years, she preserved source code that was lost for old video games. So it's a little bit of inspiration. Uh, but for some reason, hearing about that, I met her at an event, and that just hearing about her death at 62, it's having some impact on me as I remember. Uh,
That's young.
yeah, she had cancer.
Man.
Mm-hmm. But she did videos, yeah, some live streams. I saw um, very intelligent, a very systematic way of approaching problem solving and building the video games. Um, yeah. If you think about that industry, it only started in the 70s or so. And it's an important industry to a lot of young people. It's
Mm.
morphed into something crazy now, but remember the good old games from the early 80s and the arcades. So video games have had a big impact on society. And there was a Netflix documentary called High Score, and she was interviewed on that.
Oh, is it out?
It should be on Netflix if you look up High Score.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Do you guys have anything going on for Thanksgiving?
Today I have a potluck.
Nice.
Is that this week?
Yeah,
Yep.
Thursday. Mhm.
Holy smokes. Suffice it to say, I've made no plans.
Just be thankful. That's enough.
I am very thankful. Actually, I'm
I sort of
extremely thankful that I have 3 people that almost regularly show up to talk to me on the weekends. That is something I'm very, very appreciative of.
ditto.
Yep.
Eric, how was your concert?
Oh, it's great. I have one more to do, but the experience after rehearsing by myself, well, practicing, and then being in a rehearsal and hearing how the whole thing comes together, and then actually performing just as one instrument as part of the orchestra. It's an amazing feeling. And then seeing
Yeah.
audiences come and pay to see us, well, that's crazy.
You're all what?
Is that first?
This is a play. This is a company that does Gilbert and Sullivan productions.
Yeah.
So there was another play before ours. It's written by the music is an original by Arthur Sullivan before he met Gilbert. It's called Cox and Box, and it's pretty well done. You could see how that could launch his career. And then the play we did was written by a local person who did it during the pandemic as a project, and then it was set to Renaissance music. So I've been interested in learning more about that music. So from the program, I got all the titles, and I was able to use ChatGPT to get information about each piece. And one of the pieces I'm going to try to arrange for a recorder ensemble. Yeah, because it's a vocal piece with four-part harmony, and it might sound that somebody suggested, hey, that would be cool for recorders.
Great.
Yeah, so there's
Have you
excitement. Yeah.
have you uploaded the video to
I don't have video of the play. That's a local production, but who knows if it
Oh, okay.
becomes famous? And we'll see. No, but it's
Oh,
interesting to see somebody, working on their own play and then having it all come together with the whole production's a big deal. And the rehearsals. Yeah, they're it's like opera quality singing as part of a story. Hmm.
What instrument did you play in?
Tenor recorder.
Ah,
Yeah, the big one. You need a lot
yep,
of air.
yep.
Yep.
So you're a blowhard.
I've learned how to blow hot air over time, over the years.
If it's recorder, it's blow soft.
Yeah, you have that low C is hard to mhm. The high C you have to blow and get the overtone.
you must have a really strong like diaphragm, right? Is that where it comes from, the blowing?
Yeah, well, I learned early on. I play clarinet as well, so you have to learn the breathing.
Yeah. I tried blowing on a conch shell. Oh my gosh, I
Mm.
cannot do it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Respect for people who can blow.
Sam, do you actually play the piano? Sammy,
He's muted.
Yeah. What?
do you actually play the piano?
I took maybe 1.5 years back when I was 6. So the answer is effectively no. But it was my mom's piano, and she got it 30 years ago, and it's a Steinway.
Mm.
So she was going to give it to a friend, but she really preferred to have it in the family. So I decided to keep it in the family. So I'm going to keep it as long as I can, but that might not be forever. But anyway, that's why I'm still trying to hang on to it. You know, this particular model of upright Steinway
Mhm.
today, if you were to buy it new, would be over $30,000 or $32,000.
Yep, I know that.
Wow.
Wow.
Like you, I took piano lessons at 5 or 6, something like that.
Yeah.
But I just stopped doing it and started playing by ear. And for me, that so technically, I can look at a music sheet and find key of C and then work everything out from that. But I don't read music. I just listen to a song for a while and then try and bang it out on the piano.
Got a good ear. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I
to
can
me,
read music.
piano is foundational to every other instrument.
I studied jazz piano for a while, and that really reinforced the theory. So,
Yep.
yeah, and yeah, so it was good to see the quality of the harmonies that you could get if you know how to
That's
put
the
it.
amazing thing. Yeah.
Yep.
You got 10 fingers. What can you do with them? Now,
Mhm.
when you go to an organ, you got 10 fingers and you're 2 feet on the pedals.
Mhm.
That's even more interesting.
Yep. Your brain can handle all that. Yeah.
Well, it's an acquired taste. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
But walking the pedals is, our first organ was just basically a one octave bass, pedals, and so you didn't need 2 feet. But when I finally got into a church organ and sat down, and pedals went all the way across the room, and I found I could walk them with both feet, and
Nice.
and that just opened up vistas.
I see. So you could play scales and oh, yep. Hmm. Now in the play, they're using an electric keyboard that has a harpsichord patch because this is Renaissance music, and hearing that
There, well,
harpsichord
so
come in.
so that's I've played a harpsichord as well. They're kind of interesting.
Yep. So I've reconnected with Bach, like just looking at some old Bach music, and
Ooh, Bach.
yeah,
So I went into a Catholic church in Manila once. And sit at the piano at the organ. She wouldn't let me play it, but it was just an amazing organ. So
nice.
I bought a DVD of the music.
Mhm. So as part of this, I'm looking up the scores to these old Renaissance pieces and seeing some handwritten things. It's just amazing how much music society has made over the years and how it's been preserved. Like I'm looking up things in the 1500s and they're coming on my screen. The original manuscripts. Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's just an amazing thing. And then you could hear that then people have transcribed them into sheet music that you can actually read, and then I could play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable what you could do now.
It was said that Mozart could hear an entire symphony in his head
Yep, I
before he
believe that.
wrote it down.
Hmm.
Oh, I believe that.
Huh?
I believe that.
Well, it,
I
it
used
turns
to
out
I used
I
to
can
see
do.
choreography in my head before I could do it.
Yep. No, so that's the point, and I can hear whole pieces in my head as well. And frequently they're just something that's more like a mental orgasm. It's just stuff coming out than it is any particular piece. But I can't I can't do that and then sit down and play it. I found that what I have to do is write down a couple of a couple of notes uh, to get it started, and then from those notes, then I can recall it.
Yeah, it's like a big tape playing in your brain.
It's a big tape playing in my brain. Yes.
Hmm.
A big tape.
Yeah, like, remember the
Yeah.
tape recorder?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm,
Mine's digital.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts myself.
So what I like doing is finding MIDI files of these classical pieces like Beethoven symphonies, downloading
Yeah.
those,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
I have a program that can show with colored bars for each channel what's happening in each part. Like it's showing each instrument separated out from the MIDI file.
Mm.
And then comparing the MIDI music to the actual recording of a human playing, then I can appreciate the human more.
Years ago, I bought a high-end electronic keyboard
Mhm.
that was MIDI, and it was fundamentally configured for the Macintosh variant of
Yep.
MIDI, and so I used to play stuff on it and watch my Mac writing the notes, and I
Yep.
thought that's pretty cool.
Yep. It's great. Yeah, it's
It
recording and playback. Yep.
it also had a cassette tape recorder on it, and so when I wanted more hands, what I would do is I would I would play the bass riff or something like that, and record it, and then turn it back on, and then start doing the rest of the song over the top of that.
Mhm.
Um, I remember doing the Stones' "Lady Jane" that way, and it was just amazing what I could get out of it.
Yeah, it's fun. You're overdubbing. Uh,
Yep.
it's all digital, so it's not like what the Beatles had to do with the analog tapes and loops. So like one of my classes, they're having meetings where we're gonna be using a program called Make Music online, and they are you create playlists that you share with other people, and we'll all be on Zoom playing together, but muted, so we could hear like the instructor playing and watching the music scroll across and practicing. And that allows you to loop and slow things down if it's complicated, so you can really practice. So the technology is really helping people improve their skills.
Oh, did you know that Enya,
Yeah.
in her early days, made digital recordings of one voice and one sound, and then would come back and dub over it, her same voice,
Mhm.
again and again and again and again, and that's how she got the depth.
Wow.
She played the musical instruments, she did the singing,
Yep.
all by overdubbing on digital recordings.
Nice.
Now she
Oh,
had to give that. Say again.
oh, Billie Eilish does something similar in her concerts.
I think, well, so Enya had to give that up in her concerts. She would actually have a band with her,
Yeah,
but it wasn't the same as her recordings.
it was when I went to a Billie Eilish concert with my son. He's a huge fan. I There was a time where she'll tell everybody, okay, I need everybody to be very quiet, and it's cool because you have like hundreds of thousands of people with the ability to shut the fuck up for a couple of minutes. I'm like, this is impressive.
Yeah. What
So
year was that? Long
yeah,
ago.
this was last year. So
Okay.
anyhow, they're quiet, and she records her, you know, her voice, and then she goes back and she records another one and adds to it, and it just becomes this beautiful melody,
Yep, yep.
and then she starts her song, and then everyone just I think it starts screaming, exploding, knowing this it's a one of her famous songs. But just to have that live was so impressive.
That is important.
Um,
Yes.
Yeah, and I just think it's just awe-inspiring music.
Well, it's getting close to time Sammy has to go, so I'm going to drop off myself
Whoa.
and fix breakfast.
Okay, well, it's great
Yeah,
talking to all
apologize,
you.
gang. I'm going to be
I was
gone in about 2 minutes.
Okay,
ah. Oh well, next time I wanted to talk about something, but I
How
ended up
about
talking
tomorrow?
about myself. Sorry.
Can we do it tomorrow?
Don't you have like a class?
That's today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
see you, Jack.
It was by Jack. It was about the jobs that are not being seen as a profession. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
No, I haven't. What's this? Can you briefly talk about it?
Yeah, I don't I don't think it's gonna come out right because um anyways, um so I believe there's a bunch of jobs like occupational therapist, there's a lot of like nursing assistant that are professions, okay?
Yep.
And you can get like a loan or something federal. They're recognized somehow. They were recognized somehow by the federal government to get some type of like loans or whatnot. Um, Now the federal government or under the administration, they have now said that these are not professions. You know, some type of
Oh,
professions. And people are noting a lot of those jobs are number one, like women jobs that a lot of women go for.
mhm.
And all of those jobs across the board are mandated reporters to keep children safe.
Oh,
And they were saying that all of this happened when we were preoccupied with the whole Epstein files.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, Kayla, I
that's
saw
just,
that also. I also thought of bringing that here.
yeah. I mean, I didn't look into the big, beautiful bill, okay? I know it's a couple of 100 pages long, but anyhow, that's what I had wanted to kind of talk about.
You could
Is
have AI read the bill for you and put your question to that. See if it can do the deep research.
yeah,
Yeah, try
I
it.
could.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, thanks,
All right.
guys.
Well,
Have,
Sam, good luck with everything.
Hey,
It's good
thanks, guys.
seeing you all.
Hopefully, see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
okay,
Okay, thank you.
Take it easy.
Cheers.
bye.
Thanks.
Bye.